Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see in the title, I'll be talking about my Got7 experience, Eyes on You in Houston, how I got P1, how high touch was, what the line was like, everything like that. I had already recorded this on my webcam on my computer since I don't really have a camera, and it turns out, I don't know, I can't edit the video, so I have to re-record everything I just said. But it's fine, like this way, this is just much simpler. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so let's just get started with traveling to Houston. So, because there were only 3 dates for the show, I didn't even expect to go. I was going to go to Toronto at first, since it was closer to me. I was also thinking about New York, but it didn't work out. It didn't work out because, not because I couldn't travel there, just because of tickets. So when tickets went on sale in April, it was a mess. I was determined to get P1. I didn't want to get anything less. I tried that for Toronto and all I got was P2, and I was not going to have P2. So with the help of my friends, they helped me get P1 for Houston because mid-ticket sales, I decided, okay, Toronto's not working, I guess I'm going to Houston. And that's pretty much how that worked. So yeah, I got my P1 tickets thanks to my friends. Thank you so much. So my trip to Houston, it was great. I just took a plane there. I was originally going to take a bus because I'm broke, but I worked and worked enough to get enough money for a plane ticket, which was much more comfortable. The thing is, once I got there late at night, I got there at like 10 p.m. and I had to wait there until 7 at the airport. I had to wait only because I had only reserved my hotel for one night. I had to wait to check in. They had an airport shuttle to the hotel and back, but it only started at a certain time, and so I had to wait all night for that. And I mean, it wasn't terrible, it's just I was hungry, it was boring, I was trying to figure out things to do. Basically, this whole story is just a bunch of waiting. So I get to the hotel, I can check in early, no extra cost. It was great. I love that place so much. Like I'm gonna try and go there whenever I travel. Yeah, I check in and then my friends arrive. Before they had arrived, I was just watching this cartoon on Cartoon Network called Summer Camp Island, and I think it's really cute. But yeah, my friends got there, I took an hour nap, and when I woke up, I had heard that it was crazy. There was a storm. It had been raining that day. They said it was going to rain, but I thought, oh, this is great. Now it won't be hot standing in line. No, it was a different kind of bad. I had checked the group chats that I was a part of, and they had said that people were already lining up or that people were already at the venue. I also heard from I think NRG that everyone was to wait out the storm in the center, in the NRG center, or the stadium, I think it was the center. And it was just a mess. No one knew what to do. Once 1 o'clock rolled around, a little after I woke up, I grabbed my things, I ordered a Lyft, and I just had my Lyft driver was so nice. I had her going all around the place, and it was huge, and I feel so bad, but I just had no idea where to go. To the center, or to the stadium, or the arena, I mean, or to the Burger King that was near the arena. I did not know what to do. So I just had her drop me off where I saw a few fans, and it was near the arena, and I just got out. I had found these 2 people walking, and I decided to follow them because I had no idea what I was doing, and they were so nice, and they let me follow them. And I'm really grateful that they were there because I would not have gotten the experience I had if it weren't for them. So we go up to the line, or the line. It was a mess. It was barely a line. It was more like a mass of people. There was no line. There was no order. We had all been crowded together. We had to keep moving into different places. It was hot. We were all squished together. I was getting really shaky and nervous, and there was a lot of anxiety, a lot of panic going on. Thankfully, people in the line helped me get through it. I was getting really anxious and I couldn't think straight. It's just bad. I thought I wouldn't be able to enjoy the concert because I was feeling so jittery, and I hate that feeling. And we had to wait in line for so long. It was really just so boring. I got there at around 2 o'clock. We were supposed to be put into lines at 2 o'clock, but it had been pushed back, and I don't know what was happening. There was so much disorganization. I don't know if it was NRG, I don't know if it was Sub-K, I'm not sure. But eventually, P1 got put into lines. P1 Pit 1, which was where I was. They finally put us in line. That was a little bit of a relief, but then there was still a lot of waiting. Then there was this one thing that like kept everyone's spirits up. There was a drone that was, I think, filming the crowd. I'm not sure if it was Bam Bam's drone or not, but everyone thought it was, and just thinking that it made everyone happy. We were all waving at it and screaming, and it was fun. I could go on and on about how long the line was, because it was long. It was just like 2 p.m., 3 p.m., 4, 5. It was just waiting, and there was nothing to do. I kept checking my phone. I had my portable charger so I could check it as long as I needed to. We tried to play Uno, but the ground was wet, and we were all so squished together, there was no room to even like sit down and play a fun game. The only thing that could keep us going was just talking to each other, but honestly I was getting really tired and bored and annoyed, and I just wanted to be inside. They finally started giving us our lanyards and our wristbands. I put in this plastic bag thing. These white stuff, this is like confetti from after the show, but yeah. Let me pull this out. As you can see, this is the wristband that I had. I put it under tape just to like preserve it, if that makes sense. But yeah, so we got that, we got our lanyards, and then we had to wait in another line. Just know that it was a long wait throughout the entire day. And that was just P1. P2's line was much worse. They were still outside by the time we were getting in. It was just terrible. But then, finally, we had high touch. Okay, let me tell you, we got anxious every single time the door to the arena opened, because there was always somebody walking out. And, oh my god, they're finally opening the door so we can get in to get high touch, but it was just someone walking out, and I didn't know why. I guess they were setting up for high touch, and then they were done, and were called out, I don't know, something. Finally, we're able to go to high touch, and that line went fast. It was like, oh, we're moving? Oh my god, okay, I guess we're doing this. I wasn't even nervous. At that point, I was just like, okay, finally, let's do this. Let's get this over with. Not that I wasn't excited to do high touch. It's just, it was like, just because things don't hit me until after they happen. And so I wasn't really fazed by the idea of going to high touch, because it's been on my mind since April. And actually, like, when I got the tickets back in April, it didn't even cross my mind. It didn't even register that, oh, I got front row, I got high touch. It was just kind of like, because the whole process had been so stressful that I wasn't even excited that I got tickets. I was just more nervous, like, oh my god, what if something happens? Before I go into high touch, I need to, if you follow my Twitter or my Instagram, or if you're my Facebook friend, you know that my bias in Got7 and my ultimate bias in general is Bam Bam. I prepared something to say to him, something that was meaningful and I wanted to tell him how much I loved him and how happy it made me feel in the split second that we would have high touch. And I had been trying to think of something for months, and I finally came up with something to say. He's my ultimate bias. He's my bias in Got7. He's my ultimate bias in general. I can't explain. In future videos, you'll probably understand how much I love him. It's ridiculous. Like, if you just go on my Instagram, go on my Twitter, then you'll understand. And so before high touch had started, I was like, please don't let Bam Bam be first. Please don't let him be first. Not because I didn't want to see it. It's just because I wanted to go through the other members who I love. I wanted to go through the other members and like prepare myself for Bam Bam. But no, nope. So they had him first for LA, which was the concert before us. And so I'm less like, they really put Bam Bam first? They better not do that for Houston, but yeah, I feel like that whole high touch line was just to mess with me. It pretty much had my bias list in order. It was crazy. It was Bam Bam, Yu Yum, Mark Jin Young J or Young J Jin Young, and then JB Jackson, which I'm just like, it was so close to my actual bias list. It was ridiculous. I did not appreciate it. I go through the doors and it's dark. Not like super dark. There's just not there's you can see like the arena is in the distance, but like the area itself is dark, and then there's the light and there's a curtain. It's hard to explain. But then we just go in and then oh, there are the boys, like right there. It's a weird feeling. I could not explain with words the feeling of going into high touch. I could not. I go in and there's Bam Bam. And I'm not even nervous. It's just like he just looks so good. He looks so I wasn't seeing him on a screen. I was seeing him up close. That was the crazy part. The craziest thing. He's in 3D. He's not on a screen. He's real life. That was what was going through my mind, but also I wasn't like nervous. I'm just like, oh, it's Bam Bam. This is cool. Let's high five. Cool, yeah. Something like that. I wasn't nervous at all, which I'm so grateful for. If I had been feeling like jittery or like my stomach was hurting or just like shaky, I would not. It would have just thrown off everything I wanted to say. But like I had been planning this for a while, and I was going to say what I was going to say to him. What I said to him was, okay, no, let me start. So I see him. We make eye contact, like they're all looking into your eyes, and it's just like, oh my god. So we look at each other. We look at each other. I have my hand out. We high five. We high five. His hand is so soft. It was. I'm sorry. Like thinking about it, it's just like incredible. We high five. No. We make eye contact. He's like, hello, I think. Yeah, I think he said hello or hi. It's like, hello. And then I don't even say hello back. I'm just like, you make me so happy. And then we high five, and I say that. And then he's like, aw, thank you. It just killed me. It didn't hit me until really after the concert. A day later, I'm like, oh my god, I high touch Bam Bam. Like, it's still registering. Like, it's only now am I getting like really excited about it, because in the moment I was just chill, I was relaxed. I'm like, say this to Bam Bam, good, next you get him. And it was like that. It was an amazing experience. Like I don't know, like that was just so amazing. I really hope to like go to Thailand and go to one of his events, his his one man show, EST, like when he goes to like Thailand and he does his fan meets. I want to go to one of those. That's like my goal. I am learning Thai. I mean, it's difficult, but it has some easy elements. It's not impossible. It's possible to learn, but that's my goal. Also, just a Got7 like a fan meet or a fan sign in Korea. That would be just so amazing. Because then I'd have like more time with it instead of just a second. But even high touch is worth it. It's worth it. I don't care what anybody says. If they're your favorite person and if it's just for 1 second, it's still the best few seconds you could ever have. It's amazing. I would get it again. Everything was completely worth it to have high touch. So then next was Yugyeom, and I did not say a thing. I couldn't say anything to him. He was so cute and beautiful. I couldn't say a thing. I'm pretty sure I looked at him because I was looking up at all of them, but also I forgot. I forgot what he looked like. I don't know. I don't even remember if he was like super, like I know he's super tall, but I'm not sure. I don't even remember how tall he was compared to me. I actually got really nervous. And he's my second bias in Got7. I didn't know what to say at all. Then it was Mark, and I said, "Hey, cutie," and I don't know why. It was something I had prepared, and I was like thinking, okay, you got to say this to Mark, you got to say this to Youngjae, you got to say this to, and yeah, and I had only come up with something good to say to a few members, and I just didn't know what was just I didn't know. Things were going so fast. I'm sorry. But yeah, I told Mark that, and I'm glad I did, even though I'm a little embarrassed, but he is a cutie and I wanted to let him know that. And then next was Youngjae, and I said, "You're so precious." I can't remember if he smiled or not. He might have, I think he nodded. And he's so precious, he's so cute. Youngjae. And then next was Jin Young, and I didn't say anything again, but it was only because there was nothing that needed to be said. Like, I'm in front of Jin Young and I'm high-fiving Jin Young. Okay, I was smiling, he was smiling, we made eye contact, and that was it. Like, there's nothing I needed to say. It's Jin Young. Like, I wasn't nervous. I just like, it's the only way I can make sense of what happened. Then next was JB, and we high-fived, and he was smiling, it was so nice. And then it was Jackson, and yeah, same thing, just a high-five. So sweet. Yeah, that was high touch. It wasn't rushed. I don't think it was rushed. Like, I could have even spent a few more seconds talking to Bambam if I wanted to. I imagined there'd be security like pushing people through high touch, but it wasn't like that. Like, if there was one thing that the staff did right, it was not rushing high touch. I think that was one of the best things that they could have done after everything we've been through. I think it was good that they didn't were not pushing us. That was just like, thank you. Right after high touch, I heard a girl scream in excitement after high touch. And then I screamed too, because it had hit me right after high touch what had just happened. During high touch, nothing. After high touch, son of a bitch. Basically went like that. And then, yeah. So then, I got let into, there were like 2 pits, so I was pit 1. And I got there, and I was second row barricade. I was so close. So then don't do what I did. I ran out of pit 1, and I asked the security, "Can I go to the other pit?" Because I wasn't even sure if I was in the right pit. I don't know, I was just a little confused. But the security guard said no, and then I just went back, and I didn't lose my spot, luckily. But like, don't run out of pit. You might lose your spot, you might be even further. I'm grateful that I got second row. Are you kidding? That's amazing. Of course I wanted barricade, but second row, that was fantastic. Next time I'm getting barricade, though. Next time.